In the vast, cold expanse of space, humanity faced its most critical moment. The massive communication array in Earth's orbital station hummed with tension as Captain J. Park studied the incoming transmission. Outside the reinforced windows, Earth looked small and vulnerable against the dark backdrop of space. The Galactic Council's representatives materialized on the holographic screen. Their translucent forms flickered with an air of arrogance that made Jay's muscles tense. Representatives from 12 different alien civilizations sat in a semicircle, their alien features a mix of contempt and mild curiosity. Humans. The Rigelian ambassador began, his tentacle-like appendages moving with dramatic flair. Your species has been evaluated. Your technological capabilities are considered primitive and inconsequential. Dr. Hee Kim stood silently behind Jay, her fingers subtly tapping a complex sequence on her datapad. She knew something the aliens did not. Years of secret research had prepared humanity for this moment. The council chamber was vast, with holographic displays showing Earth's minimal space presence. Star charts highlighted human-controlled territories, a tiny cluster compared to the expansive domains of other civilizations. To the alien representatives, humans looked like children playing with advanced technology they could barely understand. "We have documentation of your limited interstellar capabilities," continued the Rigelian. "Your fastest ships are equivalent to our 100-year-old transport vessels. Your weapon systems are laughably basic. The Galactic Council recommends immediate technological supervision." Jay's eyes remained fixed on the screen. He showed no emotion, no reaction. Military training had taught him to remain calm under pressure. Behind his composed exterior, a storm of strategic thinking was brewing. Dr. Kim leaned closer to Jay, whispering, "Our quantum entanglement project is ready. They have no idea what's coming." The alien representatives continued their critique. Star maps displayed humanity's tiny presence, a mere dot in the immense galactic landscape. Charts showed human technological development as a flat, unimpressive line compared to the exponential growth curves of other civilizations. "Your species lacks fundamental understanding of advanced propulsion," another representative added. This one was from a crystalline civilization, its body reflecting light in complex prismatic patterns. "Your exploration efforts are rudimentary, at best." What the aliens did not know was that humanity had been preparing. While other civilizations saw peaceful exploration and diplomatic channels, humans had been developing something entirely different. Silent, deadly, unexpected. Wu Li, the strategic advisor, watched the transmission from another room. His fingers moved across multiple holographic interfaces, tracking every subtle communication detail. Networks of quantum sensors were already mapping the alien communication patterns, preparing for something unprecedented. The Galactic Council's transmission continued, each word dripping with condescension. They spoke of humanity's limitations, its apparent technological inferiority. They discussed potential management protocols for integrating humans into their advanced societal structures. Jay's hand moved almost imperceptibly, a small signal to Dr. Kim. She understood immediately. Recommendation, the Rigelian ambassador concluded, mandatory technological guardianship by advanced civilizations. Humans are not prepared for independent space exploration. Little did they know that in secret laboratories across Earth, scientists had been working on technologies that would redefine the meaning of space warfare. Quantum-linked communication, systems, adaptive weapon platforms. Technologies so advanced they existed beyond current scientific understanding. The transmission ended. The holographic screens flickered and died. Dr. Kim looked at Jay. A small smile crossed her face. "They'll never see us coming." Jay nodded. One simple movement. One moment of silent understanding. Humanity's response was being prepared. Not with words, not with diplomatic channels, but with something far more definitive. Warheads. Quantum entangled. Precise. Devastating. The galaxy had just made a critical mistake. They had underestimated humanity, and they would soon learn the consequences. Deep beneath the mountains of South Korea, A secret research facility hummed with quiet intensity. Dr. Hee Kim walked between rows of advanced computer systems, her fingers trailing over holographic interfaces that glowed with complex mathematical equations. The facility was unlike any other scientific complex in human history. Its walls were lined with layers of quantum dampening materials, preventing any external signals from penetrating or escaping. Every researcher wore specialized suits that blocked electromagnetic emissions, ensuring absolute secrecy. Wu Li stood in the central control room, watching multiple screens that displayed complex weapon system simulations. His eyes moved rapidly, analyzing each potential scenario. Weeks of continuous testing had brought them closer to something extraordinary, a weapon system that defied current understanding of physics. The quantum entanglement prototype is ready, a young researcher named Min reported. His hands moved quickly across a control panel, running final calibration checks. Dr. Kim examined a small metallic object no larger than a standard coffee mug. To an untrained eye, it looked unremarkable. But this device represented humanity's most advanced technological breakthrough, a warhead that could simultaneously exist in multiple locations, bypassing traditional defensive systems. Traditional weapons relied on direct trajectory and predictable movement. This new technology would change everything. It could appear anywhere, at any moment without warning. No shield could stop it, no sensor could predict its arrival. Outside the facility, the world continued its normal routine. Governments believed standard military research was happening. International space agencies thought these were typical technological development programs. Nobody suspected the true nature of what was being created. Quantum mechanics had always suggested strange possibilities. Particles that could exist in multiple states, connections that defied traditional understanding of space and time. Dr. Kim and her team were transforming these theoretical concepts into practical warfare technology. "We've solved the primary quantum coherence problem," Min said, showing a series of complex graphs. Each chart represented months of intricate mathematical calculations and experimental data. Wu Li reviewed the information carefully. His military background combined with advanced scientific training made him the perfect strategic overseer. He understood both the technical complexities and potential military applications. The warhead design was revolutionary. Unlike traditional, nuclear or energy-based weapons, these quantum-linked devices could penetrate any known defensive system. They could appear simultaneously at multiple critical points, ensuring maximum destructive potential. Prototype tests in isolated underground chambers had been beyond promising. Initial simulations showed capabilities that would make current weapon technologies look like ancient stone tools compared to modern firearms. Dr. Kim understood the ethical implications. This wasn't just a weapon. This was a statement, a declaration, that humanity would not be dismissed or controlled by any external force. "We are preparing a message," she told Wu Li, "a message that will be heard across the galaxy." The team worked in shifts, rotating to maintain constant progress. Each researcher understood the critical nature of their work. This wasn't just a scientific project. This was humanity's insurance policy against potential galactic threats. Computational systems ran endless simulations. Each test refined the quantum entanglement algorithms. Each calculation brought them closer to a weapon that could change the balance of power in the universe. Military strategists had long believed that advanced civilizations would rely on energy-based weapons or complex shield technologies. Nobody had considered that humans might return to fundamental principles of kinetic impact combined with quantum mechanics. "Ready for final system integration," Min announced, his voice steady but excited. Wu Li nodded. Years of preparation were culminating in this moment. Humanity's response to potential galactic dismissal was being crafted in absolute secrecy. Dr. Kim looked at the small metallic device. It represented more than a weapon. It was proof that humanity would not be underestimated. Not anymore. The galaxy had doubted them. Soon they would understand their mistake. Quantum warheads were ready. Humanity's response was prepared. The silent preparation was complete. The first alien battle groups entered the solar system's outer regions without warning. Massive ships stretched across kilometers, their advanced technology gleaming with sophisticated weaponry. Sensors indicated complete confidence, almost arrogant certainty of imminent victory. Commander Sung Choi watched the tactical screens in Earth's primary defense control center. His fingers hovered above complex holographic interfaces, waiting for the precise moment. Surrounding him, teams of military specialists monitored incoming alien fleet movements with calculated precision. Invasion vector confirmed, a young technician reported. Her voice remained calm, betraying no emotion about the potential extinction-level event unfolding. Dr. Hee Kim stood silently in the background, her quantum warhead system prepared. Years of secret development were about to be tested in the most extreme conditions possible. The fate of humanity balanced on a razor's edge. Alien communication channels buzzed with dismissive chatter. They discussed humanity like a minor inconvenience, a civilization barely worth acknowledging. Their massive battleships moved with synchronized precision, expecting minimal resistance. The Rigelian flagship led the invasion force. Its commander believed the attack would be swift and decisive. Humanity would be subdued within hours, their planetary defenses crushed beneath superior technological might. Nobody saw the quantum warheads coming. Suddenly, multiple targeting systems went haywire. Defensive screens collapsed instantaneously. Alien ships found themselves surrounded by destructive energy signatures that appeared from nowhere, everywhere, simultaneously. Targets neutralized, Commander Choi reported, his voice devoid of emotion. The quantum warhead struck with mathematical precision. Each device existed in multiple locations at once, bypassing traditional defensive technologies. No shield could stop them. No sensor could predict their arrival. Massive alien battleships disintegrated within microseconds. Complex technological systems collapsed under the unexpected assault. Where advanced civilizations expected total victory, they found complete annihilation. Communication networks across the galaxy erupted in confusion. Transmission signals carried panic, disbelief, and absolute terror. Humanity had just demonstrated a level of technological capability nobody anticipated. Dr. Kim watched the tactical displays. Each quantum warhead represented years of hidden research, mathematical precision, and human determination. They were more than weapons. They were a statement. The invasion force, which had confidently entered the solar system moments ago, now existed only as expanding debris fields. Thousands of alien ships transformed into rapidly cooling fragments, scattered across the outer planetary regions. First wave completely neutralized, a tactical officer reported. Commander Choi's expression remained unchanged. Military training had prepared him for this moment. While other commanders might celebrate, he understood this was just the beginning. Alien communication channels tried desperately to understand what had happened. Their most advanced technological systems had been rendered useless in milliseconds. Humanity had not just defended itself, it had rewritten the rules of space warfare. The quantum warheads represented more than a technological breakthrough. They were proof that humanity would not be underestimated. Not anymore. Wu Li, watching from a secure communication center, allowed himself a slight smile. The strategic planning, the years of secret development, had worked perfectly. Humanity had sent a message that would echo across the galaxy. Yun Kang, the intelligence officer, began processing the initial data streams. Each piece of information revealed the total effectiveness of their quantum weapon system. The aliens had no counter-strategy, no defensive mechanism. As debris continued cooling in space, humanity's first strike had been completed. Silent, precise, absolutely devastating. The galaxy had doubted them. Now the warheads had spoken and the message was clear. Humanity would not be conquered. Not today. Not ever. The unexpected strike had changed everything. News traveled faster than light across galactic communication networks. The total destruction of the invasion force spread like wildfire, shocking every known civilization. Planets that had previously mocked humanity now watched in absolute terror. Yun Kang sat in the intelligence monitoring center, her fingers dancing across holographic interfaces. Each incoming transmission revealed growing panic among alien civilizations. The reports were unprecedented. An emerging species had completely annihilated what was considered an unbeatable invasion force. The Galactic Council emergency session descended into chaos. Representatives from 12 advanced civilizations argued, frantically. Some demanded immediate retaliation, while others suggested complete isolation of human-controlled territories. "Impossible!" screamed the Rigelian representative, his translucent form flickering with pure panic. No primitive species could develop such technology. Alien military strategists began analyzing the quantum warhead technology. Every scan, every analysis revealed something terrifying. Humanity had created a weapon system that defied current scientific understanding. Dr. He Kim monitored global communication channels. She understood this was more than a military victory. This was a fundamental shift in galactic power dynamics. Invasion routes began collapsing. Species that had planned coordinated attacks against humanity suddenly reconsidered their strategies. The human demonstration of technological capability had changed everything. Wu Li watched the global strategic maps. Red invasion indicators were disappearing rapidly. Where alien civilizations had planned systematic conquests, they now showed complete retreat. "They're running," a young tactical officer reported, barely containing his excitement. Commander Sung Choi remained calm. Military training had prepared him for this moment. While others might celebrate, he understood the strategic implications of their actions. Alien communication networks tried desperately to understand the quantum warhead technology. Advanced civilizations that had spent millennia developing defensive systems found themselves completely vulnerable. Earth's scientific community had done something extraordinary. They had returned to fundamental principles of physics, combining quantum mechanics with traditional kinetic impact technologies. No shield, no energy barrier could stop these weapons. The first wave of alien reconnaissance ships approached cautiously. Each carried advanced scanning equipment, hoping to understand the human technological breakthrough. They found nothing but mathematical precision and absolute destruction. Galactic trade routes began shifting. Species that had previously ignored humanity now sought diplomatic connections. The balance of power had changed in a single moment of technological demonstration. Intelligence reports showed complete confusion among alien civilizations. Humanity had transformed from a supposedly primitive species to a potential existential threat in moments. "We are not just survivors," Captain J. Park transmitted to remaining alien command structures. "We are humanity." The message was simple, direct, terrifying in its implications. Alien military academies began emergency review sessions. Entire strategic doctrines were being rewritten. The human demonstration had exposed fundamental weaknesses in current defensive technologies. Dr. Kim understood the deeper implications. This was not just about military capability. This was about challenging existing galactic power structures. Humanity had announced its arrival on the interstellar stage with absolute clarity. Communication networks continued spreading the story. A supposedly primitive species had completely destroyed an advanced invasion force using technology that defied current scientific understanding. Wu Li prepared the next strategic phase. Military planners understood this was just the beginning. The quantum warhead demonstration was a warning. Humanity would not be controlled or dismissed. Yun Kang continued monitoring global communication channels. Each transmission revealed growing respect, fear, and uncertainty about human capabilities. The galactic tremors had begun. A new era of interstellar dynamics was emerging. Humanity had transformed from a dismissed species to a potential dominant force in a single moment. The quantum warheads had spoken, and the galaxy was listening. Humanity was no longer just surviving. They were announcing their arrival with absolute mathematical precision. The final confrontation arrived with mathematical precision. Humanity's fleet stood ready, quantum technologies humming with potential energy. Captain J. Park watched the holographic displays. Understanding this moment would define their species' future. alien civilizations gathered their remaining military forces. What began as a confident invasion had transformed into a desperate defensive strategy. They no longer saw humans as a primitive species to be conquered, but as a potential existential threat. Dr. He Kim had prepared the ultimate technological demonstration. The quantum warhead system was more than a weapon. It was a declaration of human potential. Years of secret research had culminated in this moment. Communication channels across the galaxy buzzed with tension. Every advanced civilization watched carefully, understanding that humanity's next move would reshape interstellar political dynamics. "We are offering one chance," Captain Park transmitted. His voice carried a calm that felt more threatening than any aggressive communication. "Recognize human territorial sovereignty." Alien military commanders studied the transmission. The human message was simple, direct, completely uncompromising. Wu Li monitored strategic communications. Each transmission was calculated, designed, to demonstrate human technological superiority without unnecessary aggression. They were showing strength through precise, controlled communication. The quantum warhead technology had become more than a weapon system. It was a diplomatic tool, a method of communication that required no words. Mathematical precision spoke louder than any verbal negotiation. Alien reconnaissance ships maintained maximum safe distances. Previous encounters had demonstrated the catastrophic potential of human defensive capabilities. Where other species saw conflict, humans saw strategic opportunity. Commander Sung Choi prepared defensive formations, each ship positioned with calculated precision, quantum entanglement systems ready to activate at a moment's notice. The human fleet looked small, but carried potential for total destruction. Yun Kang's intelligence reports revealed growing panic among alien civilizations. Entire military strategies were being rewritten. Humanity had exposed fundamental weaknesses in current defensive technologies. The Galactic Council emergency session continued in perpetual debate. Some representatives demanded immediate action against humans. Others argued for diplomatic engagement. Fear had replaced their previous arrogance. "We are not asking permission," Captain Park's transmission continued. "We are declaring our existence." Each word carried multiple layers of meaning. Humanity was not seeking approval. They were announcing their arrival as a significant interstellar civilization. Quantum warhead technologies represented more than military potential. They demonstrated a fundamental understanding of physics that exceeded current galactic technological standards. Humanity had leapfrogged generations of technological development in a single breakthrough. Alien trade routes began shifting. Species that had previously ignored humans now sought diplomatic connections. The balance of power had changed dramatically. Dr. Kim understood the deeper implications. This was about challenging existing galactic power structures. Humanity was not just defending itself, it was rewriting the rules of interstellar engagement. The human fleet maintained perfect formation. Each ship carried quantum technologies that could neutralize entire invasion forces in milliseconds. They were not just defending, they were demonstrating absolute technological superiority. Communication networks spread the story rapidly. A species previously considered primitive had demonstrated technological capabilities that defied current scientific understanding. Wu Li prepared diplomatic protocols. Military planners understood this was about strategic positioning. The quantum warhead demonstration was a warning. Humanity would define its own destiny. Captain Park's final transmission carried absolute clarity. Humanity has arrived. We are not asking to be recognized. We are declaring our place in the galaxy. The message was simple, direct, terrifying in its comprehensive implications. Alien civilizations realized a fundamental truth. Humanity was no longer a species to be conquered or controlled. They were a force to be respected. The quantum warheads had spoken. Mathematical precision had replaced diplomatic negotiation. Humanity had transformed from a dismissed species to a potential dominant galactic civilization. In a single moment of technological demonstration,